Okay, so we've got a round of follow-up tattoos to do here today. There's one in here that we messed up on a little, so I wanted to put some urgency on this one and get it out there a little sooner because it could have been 6 months from now, realistically, with how backed up we are.
Right. Okay. So this one is from Jamie. It says, "Hey Remy, I hope you and the missus are doing well. Thanks for showcasing my tattoos on one of your episodes. I thought I would submit a picture of my right arm sleeve. I would imagine that this will be on a later episode, so I hope you had a great Christmas and same shit, different day, New Year. Peace and love."
You're in luck, friend. You got lumped into a progress video. So this guy, we did a review of his whole bodysuit.
Yeah.
You've seen his back piece and his front. He had the deer on his front.
Okay.
All that stuff. I don't know if you remember, full color.
I remember deer.
It's like big, bold, kind of new schooly trad suit.
Yeah.
I like all of this dude's work. He's been a long-time supporter. He's been one of the few long-time supporters that has followed me to my new Instagram page. So a lot of people don't even seem to realize.
Yeah. New Instagram.
Follow. New Instagram. My 220,000 following verified account got deactivated, and I still don't know why.
Crazy.
Anyway, I don't want to get butthurt about that again. This is up to par with the rest of his work.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous.
I love the color blends in this.
Yeah, the blue, the pops of orange, the red, the green, it's great. Great
blue,
play on color.
The blue and the purple, like I've talked about this before, but this is a very old school trick. The purple ends up looking like an alternative black.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the shade.
Yeah, and I've done this blue and purple thing in my own suit recently. It really does. They work together very well.
They do.
This blue and purple has become one of my favorite color combinations, and the more time I spend getting tattooed myself, and most people may never get to this point, but the more I can't stand negative space, on me.
Yes.
And I want to find new and better ways to incorporate color, and intelligent ways to.
But they always say to let the tattoo breathe.
Yeah, I don't so much agree with that. And I mean, if you like black and gray tattoos, that's fine. They have a look.
Yeah.
And they make a lot of money. Black and gray tattoos, I think, are the highest earning tattoo style. Probably, if you looked it up, it's probably where the most money is in all of the tattoo world. But for me, there's something deeply satisfying about creating contrast with a deep knowledge of color. And all of these things stand apart better than they would if they were done in black and gray. Imagine if you turned this black and gray.
Oh, it wouldn't be as poppy and punchy for sure.
It's not as fun either.
Yeah, it's not. I agree with that for sure. I think this is a really beautiful nautical sleeve.
The only thing that I don't like about it, though, is because I'm not just going to praise it. I think everything on this should have been bigger and the background should have been smaller. You could have still had these clouds. But I still love this look.
Yeah.
I just want the bottle, the treasure box, the steering or the steering wheel there, and the parrot to all be bigger.
I guess this is a good showing for all of those people who send you trad sleeves, neo-trad piecework sleeves, and they say, "What do I do with the background?"
Not necessarily, though, because this was laid out with this intention. You could see that one artist put this together, and they had an idea of where they were going.
But I think you could do something similar with some of the patchwork sleeves we've seen.
It's just a little hard to stop a train in motion, right? When you have random shit all over the place, it's going to be a little harder to flow with it than it is if you build it knowing where it's going to be. So all of this stuff looks like it was very intentionally done.
Well, the colors are all intentionally done for sure.
It looks like it was planned to be small trad pieces with a nice bold trad background. And that's a different thing than cobbling it together later. Likewise, this is an awesome sleeve. Same deal. Same, or maybe this is even the same sleeve. I don't know. Maybe it's the outside of it. I don't think it is. But in any case, if this is the outside of it, it's the same problem for me. It's just too much of the background, and then the foreground is too small.
Yeah.
Imagine how much cooler this shark could be if he's bigger.
Right.
But it still presents awesome.
It's yeah.
It's fucking awesome either way.
It's a really cool sleeve.
I would be proud to have this sleeve. I think it's a little too blue for my taste. Blue, I find is And
it's shocking to the eyes.
I had this problem with the bright red that I had everywhere, where it's like it's too bright. It's almost hard to dress for.
Yeah, you were very red, especially around your neck area.
Well, now I'm pretty red too, but it's
a different tone though.
It's darker, and I feel like it's almost like the adulting version of what I used to have. Like it blends better with everything, and it's just not as flashy.
Right.
You know? This is very flashy. I would pair this with a white T-shirt with no logo. You know what I mean? Like you don't need
stuff like that. Really,
you
can get people for.
Whereas when I had the blackout sleeves, I felt like patterned shirts looked great.
Yeah, you were wearing some bright patterned shirts for sure.
But now it's a different thing again. Anyway, we're moving along.
All right. So this next one says, "Sup, Remy and Sarah."
It's from our buddy Tim again.
It's your American pal Tim again. I saw Remy got some bats tattooed on his eyelids.
Yeah, most people weren't a fan of those.
Right? I thought to myself, damn, my Nightmare Before Christmas sleeve can use some bats like that. So I went ahead and got these guys done in Panthera XXX. Would like to know if my bats are of Remy's standards. These bats were also inspired by the bats from Spawn. I feel like those are going to be cool. Figured you'd get a kick out of that. Thank you both for the continuing entertaining content. I've turned so many people onto this channel with doubts of what's possible with tattooing. Keep proving the haters wrong. Thank you so much. Keep sending people our way.
So I had like tons of these bats on my legs, and I had them
did.
on my fucking head here before. These leaves were bats before.
Yeah.
I've had bats all over the place. So that was part of my thing with people getting upset about the bats. Is it's like, have you not fucking seen me?
Yeah.
But anyway.
These aren't the first bats.
No.
These aren't the last bats.
These look like the space filler bats that I had on my leg. Yeah. I had like fucking 30, 35 of these guys. We just took like a bat flash sheet of silhouette bats and put them everywhere they would fit.
Yeah, I have them on my Procreate.
Yeah.
I play with the random bat silhouettes all the time. They're
Some
great.
of these two look more like bats. This one looks like a strange shape. He didn't
the
quite.
bottom one definitely.
Yeah, the bottom one doesn't really look like a bat.
He didn't translate as well.
This guy up top is basically the bat that's on my eyelid.
I also have a similar grouping of bats.
Except
to these.
Yours are the little integrity bats.
Yeah, mine are a little like integrity bats, but they're similar.
Yeah, we have a fan that watches the show that sent us integrity stuff, so
right.
He might be watching this episode.
Yeah, I have a integrity bat tattoo.
Yeah.
They look really similar.
So he mentioned the XXX black, and though I like XXX black a lot, and we use it all the time on me, I feel like it's really hard to tell like blacks apart, like black inks apart, unless they're like either on top of each other or like right next to one another, because like this is darker than the other blacks because they're fresher. Mm-hmm. But when it chills out, like I won't be able to tell you necessarily which black is which because of the negative space contrasting everything. Everything gets to look super black. But if all of a sudden you had like a stream of XXX next to dynamic next to whatever other color you want, say triple dynamic or XXX or triple black dynamic, and then you've got say allegory black, and you do this strip of like 5 blacks next to each other and you let them settle, then you might see a difference. But in this, you can't really tell which is which.
No, and I think the difference will be really subtle and really nuanced. Like I think most people wouldn't notice because they don't really know what they're looking for.
Shouts to there's a video I think it was Pony Lawson did on YouTube, I believe. I hope I'm right on that. Where they did 5 different blacks. They did color packing with or solid shading with black, soft shading black, line black. And they put them all next to each other fresh. Then they showed them healed in a week, and they were going to do like months later too, just to show how different blacks work for different things. It was a really interesting video.
That is interesting.
That being said, it's just the one video. I want to see the year down the road kind of thing and see just how different all of the blacks went in. So, but yeah, I don't know. I like the bats.
Yeah, me too.
Too bad nobody liked mine.
More bats.
I guess some people like them.
I like your bats. It seems to me like they've been there forever.
They're growing on people. So
So we can move on to the next one. So this one is from Chris. Says, hey guys, just finished this outline. Took about 5 hours, split in half. Currently off for the dead season, so I'm laying groundwork on my knees now before I go to the back to pulling weights. Okay. I'll send my apprentice legs soon. Just got to complete a few things, laugh out loud. And if you don't notice, I'm banging out a couple cover-ups in this one too. Now I got a blade on every limb. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember the color on black knife he sent us here. Looks like it's holding up fairly well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see there's going to be some cover-ups in here. I don't want to see how the cover-ups go. This is a little bigger than I would have wanted to make this, but it is. I appreciate the ambition of it.
Yeah, you're ambitious.
At least you're doing this on yourself, right? This guy's work has come a ways since he first started sending us stuff, but unfortunately, like, until I can see what he's going to do with the color, there isn't really a whole lot to say.
Yeah, I think I'm impressed. I've done some small tattoos on myself, and it's not always easy to reach some of these spots.
Getting a good stretch is difficult too.
Yeah, and the stretch is difficult, and ouch as well. And I think it looks really decent for doing it on yourself.
For me, this would probably be about the best place to tattoo, like something on myself, because I don't find this area very painful.
It's just...
I don't like stretchy skin.
It's just like bending your body to reach some spots.
See, he's already done all of that, though. Like I'm talking like if I was to pick a place that I would want to do something painful on, I would want to do it somewhere that it's not going to be the worst. Mm-hmm. And for me, I don't find the shin or the knee painful. For example, I found the knee ditch and the inside of the or like the backside, the calf, more painful than the front.
Makes sense.
I don't like thinner skin. With that said, I mean, until I see this colored in, there isn't a whole lot to say. I feel like his fundamentals have gotten better as time has gone on, and that's good. This is just a little bit bigger than I would want to see from a practice tattoo, but, you know, it is what it is. So, you're learning. I want to see how the cover-up works out for him.
Yeah, me too.
So then this last one here is the wood grain thing that we seen, the etching.
Yeah.
The complaint was that I didn't read the whole email or didn't go through all of the images. And this happens sometimes. We get so many fucking emails. So the new part to this sleeve was the bottom, not the top. I was saying I didn't know what was new about it. So this stuff here is fresh, and you can see.
This is all the new stuff from
that. Yeah, because the top had already been done, and it's aging great, by the way.
Yeah, the top looked great.
I mean, it's great work.
This bottom is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's great work. I got, similarly nice things to say about the bottom as I did the top.
Beautifully done.
I think it's great. I think it's a lot of background. Like this doesn't say a lot. I like the texture of it.
Good wood texture.
Like, I like the style of this.
Yeah.
I would love to see what a whole bodysuit of this looks like. But, like, I would hope that with that would come some bigger images. Because, like, this guy's a little bit hard to make out. And he would be easier to make out if he was bigger. Instead of whatever the hell this is in here. This is cool looking. But it's not as important to me as whatever this dwarf and this creature here is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would want them bigger.
For me, it depends too on what the reference is.
Well, I mean, like, it's cool looking.
If this is being true to a reference, then good.
But
if
sometimes
it's not being true to a reference, then yeah, I'd like to see some elements bigger.
Even if it is true to the reference, some things that work in art very well don't work the same in flesh, and they don't convey the same on a human body. So, like, I would just say that you would change certain things to make them more readable, but keep the essence intact. It doesn't have to be 100% the same. Who's going to know?
Right.
You'll know. You'll be the only one who knows. But for presentation, overall presentation standpoint, making these things bigger will make them read better. But it's a cool sleeve overall, and I'm certainly not knocking it. I would be happy to wear this sleeve.
Me too.
Similar to the first one. I just always think bigger is better. So